Now, do you remember when I told you that, or if you remember that, or if I told you that Visnujana and I wrote a whole bunch of melodies? Now, because Tamal wanted us to start a group that was singing, a singing group in Los Angeles in 1969, right? He wanted us to start the group, and I was pretty much in charge of it. And Visnujana was there, Jai Tirtha was there, an amazing lady who was a fantastic singer was there, like that, and we were singing songs. Then Tamal got the idea, why don't you guys write some new songs that you can use for the group? You know, and so Visnujana and I wrote a whole bunch of about 10 new songs. And we went to Prabhupada and sang them, asked him if we could use them. And he said, they're very beautiful, they're very nice songs, but why not just, it's better if you just use the ones that I gave you. You know? That's why it's such a sore point with me.
What is?
Well, whether we should make up our own fucking melodies or not.
That's right.
No, because Prabhupada said to Mr. John and me very sweetly and kindly, these are very nice songs, shall we use them? Just use the ones that I gave you.
End of story. Huh. Yeah?
Yeah, and I keep finding more and more items like that on Facebook, you know, Facebook or where, on the internet.
Yeah,
somewhere,
Facebook,
you know?
yeah.
Yeah, and people are coming up with quote after quote after quote of Prabhupada saying, just use what's wrong with the melodies I gave you. A devotee named Aniruddha sort of haphazardly quoted a lot of quotes from Prabhupada, but he also quoted that one about Visnujana and me going and chanting. Doesn't mention me, just mentions Visnujana was a great Sankirtan leader and songwriter and all their malarkey, and then we did it, and then Prabhupada said, "Well, what's wrong with the melodies I gave you?" Right? So I'm not making that up. I'm not creating a new concept of spiritual life unrelated to Prabhupada. I'm going by what Prabhupada said. And it burned holes in my mind because, you know, I used to be a singer-songwriter. I used to create songs. I was a folk singer, and I used to also make folk songs with my own melodies and words, sort of folk songs. And I was good at it. And then when I came to ISKCON, and we heard of everyone chanting like Prabhupada, and devotees, including Visnujana, saying, only chant the way Prabhupada chanted. That was 1968. In 1969, Visnujana went out as Sankirtan trying to sing all sorts of melodies that he made up or that he got from other locations. And that's the beginning of tearing ISKCON away from Prabhupada. There never was a time when Prabhupada encouraged us to write our own melodies. It never occurred, not once. I don't know if you believe me, but it's true. I mean, can you think of a single example of
Prabhupada was not into creating distractions, you know? Prabhupada was not into creating distractions. So this creating and not going by the program that Prabhupada has established is actually a distraction.
Absolutely a distraction. You're absolutely 100% on the money.
Yeah, so I also don't like distractions. You know, I like simple things.
Yeah,
simple and perfect.
Prabhupada gave it what Prabhupada. We should only chant what we would be willing to chant in Prabhupada's presence to please Prabhupada, not to please 50 people running back and forth, jumping up and down, and smashing the mridangas into pieces.
Yeah, so that's what's going on in ISKCON. Everyone is doing their own thing, and your own thing is not what Prabhupada wanted.